Good morning, everyone. It's been a while. It's been a while, dude. Last time we've seen each other was actually 7 days ago. That's about how insane it goes in here. You get me, bro? 7 weeks apart, 7 days apart. What is this? How's everyone doing? Let me just double check if we have all the vitals right. Was like, oh shit, someone's in my eye. I just, like, literally a minute before the stream, my cat jumped on the desk, and I had to, well, gently push it off the desk, and in the result, it dropped the keyboard and the mouse, and they disassembled. The batteries fell out, and I had about 30 seconds at that point to put it all together to start the stream. Great stuff, okay? That's what you get with cats. Look, she was just seeking attention. She wanted to be patted. She wanted to be scratched. But I didn't have time for this shit, you get me? So I had to, like, come on, dude. I'm up. Come on. And, yeah. And then we ended up with the tragedy. All right. Chat, how we doing? Is the music a bit too loud? Maybe it is. It depends on where we at with the music. But hey, nothing wakes you up. Nothing wakes you up like music from Lineage 2. You get me, brother? Jeez, the dishes are loud. What dishes? Where the fuck do you have dishes, dude? You get me, bruv? Chat, we have so much to talk about in regards to Discom. I hear him. You hear dishes. What? I didn't. Okay. Great stuff. Great stuff. Look, dude, I'm glad you're having a great time. Okay, this is fantastic. So we had Gamescom yesterday, and I thought it will be a good idea to go through some stuff. Not all of it, because we don't pay attention to all of it, right? But there are a few things that we can definitely talk about, including World of Warcraft. Yes. Yes, I know we don't really do World of Warcraft much in here. But man, that's cinematic. Okay, so there are things to cover, and I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, I guess we can easily begin with what did you guys think of Gamescom this year? Me, for one, I regretted not being there. I love events like this. The cinematic made me mouse over subscription button. Really? Okay, that easy, huh? What happened with the Blizzard train? So it's actually very funny when there was the time to hate Blizzard, right? What was it, a couple of years ago? When the whole sexual scandal started, and then they seemed to be on this fucking L streak. Flop after flop, whether that was a bugged patch release, or whether that was some kind of PR disaster, or the whole expansion was shit, basically. Like, whichever example of their failure we take from the past, people seem to have hopped off that train very easily. So I don't know where we at with the relationship with Blizzard. I do believe in forgiveness. I do believe in second chances. That's absolutely fine. I'm not saying we have to hate Blizzard out of the principle, but we can be skeptical about what they are proposing. Now, what does Midnight have going for it is Chris Metzen. Of course. And this cinematic, where, while it wasn't perfect, it showed us a change. It showed us a different direction. Mind you, I mean, okay. Let's switch the screen, okay? So, Gallywag! May the cogs be with you. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? What's not perfect? It doesn't even come close to... Look, okay, so look, this is the War Within announcement, right? So it depends what's your point of reference. Right? No one wants to see this. This is the cinematic for the previous expansion, the current expansion, the War Within. Right? You guys remember that?
The world needs your light again, my son.
Okay. So when we compare what we have here, but yeah, I don't know.
Be with you.
Right?
You all will.
This is great.
The light guides my steps.
There's like some kind of war, conflict, clearly dark versus light. Clearly, I mean, just look at the colors in here. Just, you know. Of course, great. So we're going back to basics, which is great. But watch this. Watch this. You guys remember that? He like literally, right? This or go for, dude.
And what, Gul'dan, must we give in return?
You get me? Dude. So it's like what, let me. It feels like the quality of cinematics from WoW are kind of on this journey, right? Hey, the ending was a bit too family friendly, like smiles to each other and stuff, but overall I had shivers. Now I don't mind smiles or anything like it. I just mean like overall, for example, so I'm looking at the thing from high level, right? Checking in doesn't work. Let me see. It should do. Nothing's changed. I don't know. I know, should do. Give it a minute. Give it a minute, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, going back to this trailer. Oh, there you go. See, yeah, it just had a lag. It's fine. So going back to this, it really looks okay. Actually, you know what? Let's watch the whole thing. Let's watch the whole thing. Because yeah, there are details in it.
The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred.
So this is Lady Liardin. I think this Liar. Oh, something's wrong. Wait, 1 second. Lady Liadrin. Yes, Lady Liadrin. So she was fighting against Scourge, right? Lich King, and she kind of lost faith in the light, and now she's on this redeeming arc. Okay, in short, this is her.
The light guides...
Liadrin, it has begun. I need you with me on the wall.
Mortimer, the void will envelop us soon. Only the light can save us now.
No. The time for prayer has passed.
The Sunwell will not...
Look, this guy looks amazing, right? This is a blood elf who has seen it all. And by the way, the color of his eyes, right? Green. So he tapped into the Fel void, into the Fel energy. He was the one who went off to Outlands to find a new way for Blood Elves. And she has yellow eyes, which means she stayed loyal to the sun, to the light, and stayed within the Sunwell after the Scourged attacked, okay? These are like two different sources of energy for Blood Elves, basically. But this is Lady Leah, fuck, sorry, this name just fucks me up. Liadrin, okay? Actually, I can pull it up in here. 1 second. Likes. Right? So, Grumps says, what happened to Blood Elves when World of Warcraft WoW expansion Midnight trailer just dropped and the Blood Elf in the trailer got hit with the AAA ugly shit? We made the Blood Elves beautiful on purpose because when we first launched, Korea would not play Horde. Okay, when I looked into it, it was because we didn't have a beautiful female on the Horde side. The Blood Elves fixed this. Now they're undoing it all. Left side before, right side today. So this is the same person, the same character, let's say. Just so you know, point of reference. Again, I'm trying to break down this trailer a little bit. Not too much, because obviously you can find positives and negatives about fucking everything, okay? But here we are.
Fall. Not while I draw breath.
Yes, she had green on left because she lost faith, right? Faith. So after they lost the combat, the fight, the battle to Lich King, she lost faith and she kind of gave herself into the bad energy. And now she, as seen in the trailer, she believes in Sunwell again. So she's like, yeah, just changing sides a little bit.
Little elves.
Oh, there comes mommy. Hell yeah, dude.
I can see you grow weary. How much longer can
Desolation.
you hold out?
May the cocks be with you.
Flee and save yourselves.
Liadrin,
She reminds me the actress who played Tauriel. What's her name? Oh, I know her name. I think her name is Eva. Oh, chat. My brain got frozen, but she looks very similar. I don't know, for just some kind of resemblance.
Light be with you. You see? She understands it's hopeless. Soon, you
She looks good. She looks good. Yeah.
all will. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through. I know that I am unworthy. I don't know if I deserve your help, but I know my people do. Please give them strength. I admire your spirit, but that will not save you. Soon, I will break your world.
you can't even break one elf.
Wrecked.
This darkness comes to devour everything. And when it is finished, there will be no more light. Without your aid, we will perish.
Dude, I got shivers, man. The music is fucking insane.
Help us.
Ooh, Arathi Paladins. I think they are those, yeah.
The Sunwell will not fall.
Not while we draw breath.
Yeah. When the expansion comes out, everyone will be playing Paladin. Everyone will want to be as cool. Trust me. Bybsie gang! What up, Badrulas? I have the feel that this one is one of the weaker cinematics that Blizzard made. Very Disney. Spit on the fake queen. I don't think this is so bad, really. I don't know, the music is great. We're going back to basics. Light versus darkness. Sunwell from patch 2.4 comes back. And I mean, this is... It's good enough, dude. Just remember where we came from. I'm sorry, it's just...
I'm not that person anymore.
You know what I mean? It's not that bad, dude. Right? Because we once used to have this. Right? We used to have this. So, this is definitely a step in the right direction. Just look at the scenery here. You have darkness, we have light that's about to go out. We have the all-powerful sexy mama. It's okay. It's really fine. Like it's okay. Yeah, there is this post on X that compares the old lady lad. How I can't read this. Liadrin, yes. Yes, so on the left-hand side you have Lady Liadrin, and on the right-hand side you have current Lady Liadrin, right? So I mean, there is a shift, there is a change, and people break it apart. Obviously, she as a character aged, but this is Elf. They don't really age that much. They don't change very much. They're supposed to live forever, right? So it's a little bit weird, but hey, whatever, dude. Like, okay, it's fine. I can accept that. It's okay. Are you tempted? Let me make it play in the background with our music while we talk. So, are you tempted? I've been looking into game design to really understand where does the horizontal progression and vertical progression come into the picture. How do they play against each other? Do one need another one? Does one need another one? Sorry. And what are the downfalls of each? And which one do I like the most? Or do I like the blend of them? Because you will see, for example, vertical progression, it needs seasonal content. Because in the vertical progression MMOs, The only thing that matters is numbers. So it's basically an infinite loop. You keep chasing the next big number, and it's only a matter of time when players catch up with what's best in the game right now. So the developer has to launch a new piece of content that brings bigger numbers to the game, so they can chase something else again, right? This is the biggest downfall of any vertical progression systems. Literally any. Whether that's gathering, crafting, DPS, whatever you take. You have to keep increasing the threshold, increasing the bar. Or raising the bar is probably the best way to say it. Horizontal progression is having multiple choices without changing the outcome. So you have just imagine you have tier 3 item that does 100 damage, okay? And then you propose 50 other items that have the same 100 damage output, but look different. So people can choose. So you might say it is about options, not about the advancement. The downfall of that is horizontal progression brings overwhelm, choice paralysis. It makes the game so big, it's almost impossible for new players to understand. So it feels like both need each other, because they both have issues. And maybe after all, the release cycle of World of Warcraft patches and expansions isn't bad. That said, I am tempted. There is. It seems just like a different Chinese cinematic studio. I think you should put it the other way around. I think it's the Chinese cinematic studios who caught up to World of Warcraft quality from... Dude, come on, man. You can't be that harsh. Look, this is cinematic from 2005, dude. Look. It's fucking unbelievable. This is the quality of Blizzard. They know how to do it. 2005. Come on. Give them some credit.
Imprisoned for 10,000 years.
Really?
Banished from my own homeland.
Ooh, dude! So good.
And now you dare enter my realm. You are not prepared.
You're not, dude. Fuck me. Fuck me, dude. There you go. Lady Liadrin. There she is. The same, the very same. Hell yeah, dude. so good.
You are not prepared.
Got chills immediately, dude. It's just like this has been the industry standard for 20 years, man. Incredible. You say Blizzard does not make the cinematics in-house anymore. They outsource them. I don't know about that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I think the Third Floor is the studio they work with. Funny you mentioned the company called the Third Floor made branding for my company, but they're like local agency in London. It used to be, they closed now, I think. So, let me see. Blizzard commissioned Airborne Studios to make many of the event legendaries in the game. Okay, so this is some kind of different stuff, whatever. Let me see. I don't want to hear, well, they worked on StarCraft Remastered. When the god's name, when you're as gigantic a studio as Blizzard is, would you choose to outsource the production of the models and presumably now the poopy audio files to a small studio that has no familiarity with the game and are given minimal direction? No wonder everything looks like some Chinese mobile game. Desolation, did you read this post before posting anything in the chat today? It's the same argument like you. Yeah. Outsource or no, they hired a person that did it better than before. Outsourcing is fine. Yeah, I don't think outsourcing is a bad idea. At the end of the day, you're... Okay, it really depends. And I kind of understand where Desolation is coming from. World of Warcraft social media accounts have been outsourced to an agency that knows very little about the community, the game, the vision for the game. And you can see the quality of social media posts and the level of engagement that those social media posts have just deep dive, nosedive, just like fucking drop to the bottom. Because it just oozes with cringe. It oozes with incompetence. And it isn't the issue with the agency, it's the issue with Blizzard doing it. Just the concept of it was a wrong move, because social media, the community management overall is very emotional. It's very much dependent on internal jokes, inside jokes, on understanding who are your target audience. The agency doesn't have that, right? So they let go people who were also players for past 10, 15 years and replace them with soulless agency, right? So clearly, I mean, it's not working for that. But I think cinematics, I mean, dude, movies like Marvel, etc., they also outsource parts of the movie. So maybe they will send... How many times we've seen Polish people in rolling credits of a movie because they outsourced, for example, audio to Poland, right? Or visual effects to Australia, or whatever. It's fine. But it's on the organizer, on the company who subcontracts all those pieces to lead the way, to make sure the quality is there. At the end of the day, is their image that's responsible for all of it, right? So I guess what I'm saying is, it depends on the scenario, it depends on the complexity, it depends on the context. There are ways to outsource well, there are ways to outsource badly. I mean, yeah, obviously. So I don't know, where else can we find anything about the outsourcing? Let me see what the summary says. Blizzard Entertainment utilizes a combination of in-house teams and external studios for its cinematics, with the specific approach varying by project and component. Yeah, there you go. See, exactly. It depends is the answer. While Blizzard is known for its high-quality pre-rendered cinematics, the company does outsource certain aspects of the production process. For instance, the creation of visual effects for games like Hearthstone is managed by senior FX outsourced supervisor who guides external vendors. Yeah. So they have a point of contact in Blizzard that delegates work to subcontractors. It makes total sense, right? Ryokon! Libla! Of course. Hey, morning, dude. Morning. Yeah, we've just been going through World of Warcraft lately. The CGI is outsourced in the Marvel movies, and that's why often the lighting is not correct. I wouldn't even know. As a... Yeah. So I guess... Lighting might not be correct when you break it down frame by frame, but when you watch it in one go, you don't even notice. And which one is more important? Which one is more valid? Which one is the most common one? Probably the one where you watch it in one go and don't care, right? You go to cinema, you enjoy it on the face value, and you don't even notice things like this, and they don't cause any detriment to the experience. But I know what you're saying. I absolutely know what you're saying. It's just that... Let me pull up the pane. So this is the quality. Okay, this is budget. The more... So this is like 100% of quality, right? The closer to 100% of quality you want to get, the more expensive it gets. So you have to draw the line at some point. You have to be okay with 70% of the quality. Because this part will cost you as much as this part. Or even more. So at some point you have to say, okay, that's good enough, right? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, chat, that was WoW. Who will play WoW? Who is playing WoW? I feel like they convinced a few of us to give it a go. Now, my biggest gripe with Blizzard is the way they monetize the game. But when you put the game monetization against many other titles, it's acceptable. I would say. It's... Don't get me wrong, it's bad. You can buy gold in the game. This is bad. But there are many other titles which are far, far worse. I haven't built a game myself, but I keep wondering if I ever built a game like MMORPG, or basically an online service game, what would it be monetized like? How would I monetize it? Because we have to understand that big games are run by people who know the shit. You don't become the game producer of World of Warcraft when you have 1 year experience in the industry. This guy have worked in the industry for 25, 30 years and is being paid big numbers to lead the way. And you can, find those guys in every major title. So what is it that they know that I don't know? Why is it so that the games are the way they are? What's the problem? And why we can't solve it? Why is WoW token necessary? Why are gems in Guild Wars 2 necessary? Do you know what I mean? So you have World of Warcraft that has pay for the box, pay for the subscription, and still cash shop is pay for gold and cosmetics and all of that. Why do you need that? Like, is it really that expensive to run World of Warcraft? Or is your company full of bloat that you have to pay for and you have to come up with ways to cover up the expense? I don't know. It's really hard to figure out. Chat, there's one change to the spreadsheet that we have to make. Let me put some music in the background for a second. Rio, are you gonna play World of Warcraft, by the way? I mean, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Look. Here we have something called Project LLL. Do you see that? Now we know the real name of the game, dude. We know the real name of the game. Because this is just like a... Yeah, project title, project name, something, you know, anonymous, really. And that game is called... Cinder City! Chat, you're welcome. Yes, we're getting Cinder City. I'm not sure if I'm excited, but because it's from NCSoft, right? I think Blizzard just wanted to get a cut from the gold seller market. You really don't have much faith in them, do you? Fuck. Look, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. I don't know, you don't know, but... Yeah, it's possible they didn't know how to fight the gold seller market, the real money transactions happening around the game, so they decided to just capitalize on it. I've tried it multiple times, but couldn't get into it. What was the last MMO you could get into? Because maybe that way I will understand a little bit more what you're saying. I watched this trailer and I decided to play it the moment I saw Max and a guy on Toyota with Gatling gunfight and that right boss, Peak Gaming. Let me see. We'll take a look. So first of all, let's replace this with Cinder City. Because now we know. And we can also update the time when we change the spreadsheet, which is 20th, right? And now we can take a look in here. So Project LL, the new... A massively multiplayer online tactical shooter, so it's MMOTS. MMOTS. Currently in development for consoles and PC from publisher NCSoft and development subsidiary Big Fire Games. So they have very similar partnership with ArenaNet on Guild Wars 2. So Big Fire Games. Who the fuck is Big Fire Games? Let's see. Big Fire Games. Let me see. Big Fire Studio. Is that... I don't think this is it, right? Because this is Big Fire Studios. We want Big Fire Game. Maybe they don't have a website. Let me see. Maybe I can find them a little bit. Wait, is this the only game they've ever made? Yeah, who is it? Where do they come from, dude? I don't know. Big Fire Games CEO Oh, what a great website. You can't highlight anything. So the guy's name is... What? I can't remember this! Wait. Oh shit, where is it? Oh fuck, it's on the other screen. Okay. So this is... Where's this guy's name? I lost it now. Here. Okay. Yeah, Okay. Let me see. Oh, there he is, there he is. I think this is it. No, this is not it. This is some... No, this is bullshit. It doesn't sound like CEO of a company. Dude, this company doesn't exist. Like, wherever we look, it doesn't exist. Yeah. And what's the other reason to sell gold other than greed? will sell gold. Wait, sell gold or buy gold? Or do you mean like the supplier or the customer? The player himself? Sell. Because I don't think you're greedy when you're selling gold, right? Like, I mean, when you sell gold, you're more like opportunistic, if anything. Because there are people who want it. The New World was probably the last one that I was actually into it, sunk proper time into it. But was there anything else around that time that made you play New World a little bit longer? Maybe no friends wanted to play with you any other games or some shit and you just decided to find something for yourself? Or maybe by accident you found the New World a bunch of people to play with that you couldn't replicate in any other game? I don't think New World is such a great game. Like, there's nothing extremely unique about it. Extremely immersive about it. It's a game that has very short lifespan, no end game, and very basic systems. Sure, combat is quite okay. Combat is great, to be honest. Okay, I see what you mean, Desolation. So Blizzard sells you gold in the form of the token. Okay, let me put pink tainted glasses for a second. What if Blizzard is selling tokens to steal customers from illegally sold gold farmers? Sorry, not because you're not selling gold farmers. Wait. To steal customers from illegal money transactions from outside of the game. What if that is the reason? Like, for example, they have a long-term plan how to deal with gold sellers. Probably not, but still, okay. Let's assume they know about the issue. They haven't figured it out yet, but they know about the issue. So as a temporary solution, they implemented WoW tokens for people to spend money within the game, within the ecosystem, rather than go through illegal means. Just an idea. Just an idea. And also, by the way, it's very, it's convenient for people who have gold that they can subscribe to the game using the in-game means. That is actually a very good side to the whole thing. So if there's anything good that came out of WoW token, is that people that can't afford the subscription of the game can actually subscribe using gold. I think this is pretty good, because when I was 13 years old, that was not an option. And I had to go to my dad and ask for money. You get me, bruv? Nah, it was... So, about the New World, it was when they did the huge release last year, and I hopped on with a couple of friends. Okay, and we did the same shit. We did the same stuff, and I believe that you can replicate that experience in any MMO. For example, if you joined me and near you in World of Warcraft's pre-patch for Midnight or Midnight itself, you would love it as much. I think so. I don't know, just the concept. New World was just another blunt game, to be honest. You can't even swim. You won't let it go, will you? You can swim in New World now, so everybody else know, okay? It's swimmable. Combat in that is far more enjoyable and engaging than pretty much every other MMO I look at. And I like the style. Okay, I look at and I like the art style of the game. Well, I'll give you that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that is a valid point. Combat is actually pretty cool. Yeah. New World is not really a complete game, as you said. The end game is bland and shit. I mean, how long can you wait for a game to be somehow enjoyable, right? So MMO is never a complete game. I get it. But it doesn't mean it has... It doesn't mean it doesn't have to have no end game. If you launch a game and you don't have many resources, and it's a new game, so obviously you won't start on the same leg as World of Warcraft that has 25 years of development ahead of you. Sure. You trim down the scope of the game, but still keep the end game viable and interesting. New World decided to just not do it. New World put out a game that you can get to the end of in 20 hours and basically log off. Kind of like Dune Awakening, if I may say so. Yeah. You haven't touched it since February. That's good, actually. I haven't touched New World since... Yeah. Couple of years, I would say. I don't know. It's just, I was very close to getting back to New World when my friends DM'd me, hey, how about we try the game again together as a group? I was like, yasha fasha. But what stopped me was the price tag. Price tag on the new expansion. I was like, I'm not willing to pay 36 or 37 quid for a game, for like a part of the game that somehow makes it a little bit more interesting. And guess what? By the way, those friends, they no longer play the game. They like dropped the game within a couple of weeks. So that was a good call on my part. It made gold botting easier. Gold farmers get free playtime, and there are more bots in WoW than ever. Dude, this is like Tom and Jerry situation, right? You just keep chasing, like, you keep chasing your own tail. Imagine, so both sides of the conflict, right? It's like Horde versus Alliance, but it's publishers versus botters. They always come up with new ways of handling shit. And the other side just tries to catch up and patch up that way of doing shit, where the other side is getting creative again. It's so fucking annoying, dude. How can you even work with it? Like, it's just... Yeah. Crazy. And I think that the problem is... If you watch this video... Let me pull it up. I know you won't watch it. But hey, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't recommend a video for you to watch when you eat breakfast, okay? This one. This
Hey,
one.
all.
Watch
Grollo
this.
here.
So...
I'm coming at you today with a...
So Grollo, he is the guy working on Star Citizen. He is responsible for architecture of systems, security of the network, and all of that. Okay, very interesting topic. In any case, he talks about cheating in MMOs, and he does what I do. He draws. He draws explaining shit. How wall hacks get implemented. How hackers get access into the game files and modify them on fly. Plenty of very interesting stuff in here. And he talks about Star Citizen, Dune Awakening, Ashes of Creation, etc. Because this applies to pretty much any game you can think of. Very, very, very cool one. Highly recommend. They talk about authorization from the server, from the game client, everything in between. Really cool. System architect on cheating in MMOs. You can YouTube it up, and then you'll get that for sure. Right? By the way, the same is said about RuneScape. Apparently, you know, they prize the number of players, concurrent players in the game, which is now about 450k. And whenever I mention it, people are like, yeah, half of it is bots, dude. Half of it is just bots. So we just have 2 samples, but then you can think of Tibia, you can think of Silk Road, okay? You can think of Lineage 2, the modern one, the live one, the retail of it. All of it is fested with bots. So it seems like it's more of the industry problem rather than Blizzard problem. Sure, Blizzard is maybe not doing the best job, but none of those publishers are. So maybe we can zoom out and think of why is that a common practice across the board, right? In other words, I'm saying is that we shouldn't spit on Blizzard only, because that's just unfair. You get me, bruv? It's bad, really bad, but it just seems like it's not only Blizzard that's the problem. And I think you can't really ever fix it. That is the scariest thing. I don't think you can ever fix botting in games, because if you watch this video, dude, you will learn
speed on
why.
average, like
You will just learn why. In very short, the minute the signal, the data, leaves player's house, you're not in control of what happens next. Well, to be honest, you're not even in control on what happens next when your game leaves the game server. Because PC is owned by the player, router is owned by the player, and anything in between here is owned by no one. So the only place you control is game server. So how do you trust data coming into game server when everything else can be modified as and when they want, right? That is like the video in a pill. But now we're talking about hacks, but, you know, bots are in a way a hack because they try to go undetected and they try to automate the game. So it is in a way a hack, right? I mean, no one sits there and plays the game farming modes of fire in Shadow Valley. It's a script. Rio says, I'm not even waiting for it all, to be honest. It doesn't excite me. Really? It does not? Dude. Fuck. I showed people in Discord my calendar. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is my calendar. I have no time to play games. Because all of this in the middle is work. To be honest, I start work at 7 a.m. every day. So all of it here, apart from this very moment, is work and workouts. This is what I do when I'm not streaming or editing videos. So, really, the only moment I could use to play games is Sunday here. And that's not much, is it? I mean, look, I finish doing all of that at 7 p.m. I still have a couple of hours every day to do shit. So maybe we can play WoW or whatever other game you guys want to play late in the evening. But other than that, I'm stuck, man. I'm just so full. Havenhold is the one that excites me. I am very excited about Havenhold. Let's take a look where they are. Very quickly. Because we have some other games from the Gamescom to go through, right? WoW was obviously one of the major one. Let me see. Maybe something on Steam. Let me see on their X profile. Do we know anything at all? Dude, look, they've been dead since February. I think February was the time when we actually tried the game. There's nothing on X. Let me see here. This is so cool, chat. Like, you people, you should have this game wishlisted. I really think so. It's fun. It's really fun. Let me see. Okay, they have something. Wait, what? Wait, they had another playtest? I missed it? Look, in June, they said a month has passed since our closed beta playtest. Okay, so I just didn't get invited. No, we just didn't, yeah. And we're to bring updates on the latest development. They have something called Sect System. So I presume Sect is some kind of a guild? Yeah, you can create and build your own sect, so they have a guild. You might remember the co-op base building feature. No, I don't remember co-op base building feature. Ha! You build your own base with people? What the fuck? Is that Rust? How? I missed all of it. Heavenhold looks like Chinese mobile game. Well, part of it, you're right. It is Chinese. It's action sandbox MMO, so... I wonder if they changed anything about it. So you have the rival mountain sects. That's fine. Do you guys remember? There's like big mountain in the middle. And there are 3 sects, I guess you can call them now. Fighting for the control of that mountain. Because apparently it's some kind of... gives you divine access to the power and whatever. You can change it. Yeah, we know all of that. Okay. Guys, we have to keep an eye on it, because it seems like they are running playtests here and there. And the release date is set for this year, which is... I don't know how possible that is. I have no clue, because they're not telling us where they are with the development. Right. It's server file is client-based information, but you can make the server the only authoritative control. You can... Yes, you can make server the only authoritative control... But that way... But that way you're introducing a huge latency, right? So the way it works, authoritative control means that game server, which is hosted with the publisher, has ultimate say of what happens next. So, for example, when you press W on your keyboard and your character wants to move, game client sends that information to the server. Server verifies that the character wants to move forward and there's nothing wrong with it, and sends back the green flag, yes, the character can move forward. And then the character moves on the client's screen. Dude, can you imagine walking like this? Like, maybe if you're playing Bitcraft or RuneScape, it doesn't matter, but imagine... racing. Imagine Valorant working like this. You just can't have it, right? So, I mean, there are downfalls to everything. I can't imagine running in World of Warcraft and waiting 1 second or half of the second for every WASD action that happens. That won't work, right? So you have to let go of some control for the comfort of the gameplay. And that's when hackers get into the game. Yeah. But you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It does not work for MMOs. Yeah, I know it produces its own issues. That's why hybrid model is the industry standard. You're correct. I'm explaining for the rest of the group. Sure. I have no memory of that. Sounds cool. Yes, Havenhold does sounds cool. Dude, let's watch this this thing, because we started talking about Cinder Cities, the new MMO TS from NCSoft that was revealed yesterday. Let's take a look at the game. Let's remind ourselves what it was like. What it is like. You get me, bruv.
Freeze! ADF!
Oh my god!
Get on the ground now! Drop your weapon or we'll shoot!
Drop your weapon! Last warning!
You've crossed the line. Are you trying to get us all killed here?
3 minutes to drop. Everyone stand by.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Holy shit. So you have NCSoft, Big Fire Games, Unreal Engine, probably 5, right? And GeForce RTX powering advanced AI. Jesus. big PP situation. See, so to me, when I watch this, I immediately see Once Human. It's a little bit on this mech side. Then, you know, in Once Human, you had this butterfly and this kind of unearthly power, this kind of chakra energy. Do you know what I mean? And here it seems like it's 100% mech, firearms, and explosions. It's a little bit different vibe, but it seems like the gameplay is essentially Once Human. Oh, true. 100% agree, man. Yeah, this guy's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. God damn it. If you do this well, it looks fun. Is it because it's an open world that the motions are like that? Maybe this is what Rio says. Is it me or does the gameplay they're showing have a bit of lag stutters at times? Maybe I didn't notice, but maybe this is the comment that hits at it as well. This is a new game that's been in development for 25 years, not a game from 20 years ago. Where did you get the information it's been in development for 25 years? That's crazy. It feels like I'm watching an RPG game motion, not a TPS. It's horrible. Uh-oh. They're going to release PvP and do pay to win. Yep. Chat. You know how... You know how Korean games have a bad rep in the West for being pay to win? We are reading Korean comments how they have very little hope for the game and for the NCSoft studio. Look, NC, is this just a new generation of dog meat lineage like this? The color tone is weird. Engine stutters. This guy is excited, actually. Wow, okay. Why does he run without any sense of weight? It's like a mannequin running. Yeah. So maybe you're right. I didn't notice. Where the fuck is that stutter, dude? Maybe... Oh, maybe a little here. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, hey, this is the game that we're gonna get. I've updated our spreadsheet in here, okay? So it's all up to date. Apparently... when did they say it's coming, actually? Did they say at all? Let me see on their website. Because maybe we can put that in the spreadsheet as well. Okay. Skip. Oh, that's the entire website, chat. That's the entire website. I can't scroll nothing. So great. Subscribe now. No, I don't think there's anything about the launch. Okay, so we're just gonna keep it that way in the spreadsheet, right? So no date whatsoever. Where is it here? No date. Just whenever it comes out, it comes out. Next one, dude. Can we actually? You know what? Let's talk about it later. First of all, this. How did we miss this, chat? So we have people in the chat that are all about FPS, and we missed this. Like, the only MMO FPS I know is Pioneer. And now it seems to be getting Gray Zone Warfare. Did you ever hear about it? Let's watch the trailer. You've seen someone playing it and you haven't missed it. Okay, good. You should have told me, bitch! Sorry, I got excited. No, it's fine, it's fine. Overwatch in position. Okay. This is how as loud as it gets, just sorry.
Copy. In position. Move on, Thunder. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
The quality of this video, man. Like, X has to do something about it.
Multiple hostiles. Request immediate support. Hostile presence identified. Clear.
Clear.
Taking fire from an enemy PMC.
Yo.
They're moving. Take them out. Right side. Right side. Man down. Fuck, somebody get a medic. Eyes on 2. 144, 135. Light that fucker up. Cover me. Hang it. Fire.
Nah. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I mean, nah, dude. I know that's for sure. Like, it feels like watching another FIFA trailer. Just another war shooter. I've played those before. Fuck it. Yeah, it's nothing exciting, really. Yeah. The game is already in early access since last year. What the fuck, Desolation Kun? Really? Let me take a look. Ooh. Ouch. Ooh. So is this... Did they get some kind of expansion, DLC, anything like it? Why would they... This tweet is from August 14, 6 days ago. And they are now at 0.3 version. 0.3 version. That's barely a game, dude. And they're selling it for 33 quid. Holy moly. You get me, bruv. Wow, okay. Okay, good. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I won't play it. Okay, great. That was a really good update. Thank you. Now, chat. Okay, hit me up. Hit me up. What are we thinking? What are we thinking about this? Come on. I bet everyone has an opinion. 100% sure. Yeah. What do you think? Final Fantasy XIV Online crossover with Monster Hunter World. You get me, bruv. Yeah. Let's watch the trailer. Okay, thank you. Fuck. Come on. Why do you do that? I'm so pissed right now. You get me, bruv. Did they add chapters or anything? No. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Chocobo, dude! Kurwa! Let's going, dude! Omega Planetes! Late September. Okay. Monster Hunter Wilds, one of the shittiest PC ports. I didn't play, but I heard the performance is terrible, right? Is that what you're referring to? Is that the same? Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, okay. This is something new, I think. Chat. Chat. This guy literally looks like me. My character is exactly the same, man. Like, even the face everything is the same. They are already tempting me, dude. Limza Lominza, let's go. Bra! That's a big dude, man. I see potential in it. I mean, those games are very similar. In terms of UI, in terms of style, in terms of even lore, like not lore, maybe world, right? There are monsters, there are bosses, you know, the crossover is very simple to make in a way. But my biggest problem with Final Fantasy XIV is, first of all, how overwhelmingly huge it is. As a new player, I don't know where to even begin, man. And this, you know, guys, like 30 minutes ago, we talked about vertical versus horizontal. This is the downside of the horizontal progression games. Or systems, maybe not games, because they're never just it. So there's that, right? Overwhelmingly big. So big, I don't know where to even begin. Then the start to the game is very slow and very unexciting. There's no voiced dialogues. The dialogues themselves that you have to read are bad writing. It's just typos, unnecessary words. Very tough, man. It's painful. It's really painful. It takes far too long to get into the game because you have to complete the main quest, the main MSQ, main scenario quests, which are, I don't know, like 100 hours, dude, or some shit, right? So imagine asking someone who's brand new to the game, who hasn't even played it yet, and you promote the game to them by saying, it's a great game, you can do this, this, and that, but first, you have to earn it through hard work, through suffering and pain. You have to go through 100 hours of campaign before it gets good. Those motherfuckers are walking out the door immediately. Okay? Now, when it comes to the reason why they do it, I can kind of tell. What is the old saying, chat? When you don't know, it's probably about money. And I think it's very true here. Final Fantasy... last financial report. But okay. I don't know how to search for it. Yeah, here, look. So, Final Fantasy XIV sales decreased by 3 billion yen. That's 23% year over year. And operational profits dropped by 3 billion. So, what they're saying, they had 6 billion in the bank cash. They had 6 billion to spend. And they ate half of it. Okay. So the game is not bringing money. They're spending the money they accumulated over the years. They need to save the game. They need to do shit that saves the game. And they need cheap and quick, effective wins. And I think collaboration is a way to do that. It takes pretty much zero effort because you bring the audience from Monster Hunter Wilds to Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy people go to Monster Hunter Wilds world. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. I just don't know if it's enough. They probably don't know it either, but it's happening. And like, I'm not saying I am as tempted to give it a go as I am with World of Warcraft Midnight. But I can see value in it. I can see how people might like it. The reason why I'm not tempted is because, going back to my first point, I'm so far behind the game that it's gonna take me 100 hours or whatever to catch up to a point where I can benefit from this collaboration. I'm still in the middle of main story quest. I'm like at 50%. So before I can get excited about all the armors, all the dungeons, all the bosses, I need to suffer for another 100 hours. That's actually cute. Look, you can get a little pig. Final Fantasy fanboys would say the story is a masterpiece. I think on the high level, Desolation Kun, on the high level, it is a good story by MMO standards. It's not that bad. I mean, the concept is very simple. You have bad, not good people, and you have to fight them. Okay, it's okay. It's good enough, but the execution is so bad. It's bloated. It's hard to understand. It's hard to follow. There's like plenty of those side quests that have no benefit to the story, no benefit to the player, yet you have to do them. So, the way I would fix Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn story, is I would cut out all the noise. I would remove all the unnecessary pieces that could be individual side quests optional to do. And I will add voice acting. I would voice dub all the dialogues, because in doing so, they would also fix all the typos, all the long sentences that are nothing like spoken English. And overall, it would, I think, increase the quality of the experience for new players, which is very important, especially if they're thinking about making the company profitable again. I mean, clearly what they have right now is not enough. So they need fresh blood. And collaborations like those are great to bring collaborations like those are great to bring fresh blood to the game, but what of it if people will bounce off that wall? They won't make it past 20th level. Just waste. You get me, bruv? This is such a Final Fantasy screenshot, man. You have gay boy, a little kid, and cat girl, right? I mean, this is peak of Final Fantasy, man. Final Fantasy Penakun! May the cocks be with you. Pew, 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 pew. Of course. What's up, my man? You get me, bruv. Final Fantasy is a seasonal MMO, but you need to play through all of the irrelevant seasons. Clown emoji. How irrelevant? Irrelevant to what? I always looked at Final Fantasy XIV more like a horizontal progression game, which by definition doesn't render old content obsolete and irrelevant. So there have to be parts of the game that are vertical progression that you are referring to. MSQ to unlock any of the current content. Well, I think we're looking at it from the wrong perspective. So MSQ is valid. MSQ introduces the player to the world, what's happening, so that they get better experience from the new content. They need to understand the context within which the latest expansion happens, why the thing is the way it is, right? Just It's like starting to watch. Try watching Game of Thrones from season 6 onwards. It doesn't make any sense to you, or you would have very little experience, very little enjoyment from watching it. So it makes sense you have to watch for the first 5 seasons before getting to the 6th season. But the execution of it is just so unappealing that people don't want to do it. And also, you're probably catering to people who don't give a fuck about the story, and they want to go all in for the bosses, for the raids, for the gearing, the vertical progression side of the game. And, you know, having to go through MSQs just makes them unhappy. So, it always comes down to the fact that who are you talking to with your game? Who is your audience? And from the latest examples of answering that question in the wrong way is Dune Awakening. They don't know who is their audience. They don't know, are they talking to PvE, to PvP? Are they talking to casuals? Or are they talking to hardcores? Are they talking to solo players or group players? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? Is this game for... I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? And when you get a game of that size, Final Fantasy XIV, who is crazy horizontal, yet they allow for gear progression, you cater to both sides, and at the end of the day, no one's happy. Let me play some other music. Maybe we can play music on theme of World of Warcraft, okay? Listen to this shit. Dude, so good. So good, man. Now the day got better. Weather is shit. My cat... By the way, Chad, my cat was in the surgery yesterday. And so... But I haven't prefaced the stream with it, but if anything happens with the cat, I have to cut the stream short, right? He's chilling now, he's good, but we never know. Okay? But with 40-hour-long MSQ expansions, I think they should look into making it so that MSQ isn't mandatory anymore. Many people seem to lose interest because there's so much story to go through. Yes, I agree. By the way, you're being very humble. I don't think it's 40-hour-long MSQ. It's more like 100-hour-long. We played Final Fantasy MSQ solely. I skipped fucking everything that didn't matter to MSQ. And we hit about... Actually, I can pull it. I think I can pull it up. Let me see. Wait, maybe unless I removed it? No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't work. I can't check. We had about 10 streams with Final Fantasy. Maybe. Wait, I'll need to get to the bottom of it. So we have 11 videos, and there's about 3 videos per stream. So this itself is 4 streams of Final Fantasy, and there were more. There are probably 2 more. So let's say I have 5 videos. Maybe you're right. Fuck. I wonder if I just sat down without the stream and went through the story if I could manage in 40 hours. Maybe the Realm Reborn itself only, but yeah. Maybe Realm Reborn is about 40-50 hours gameplay. How long to beat it? Not to bear it, to beat it. Game. Let me see. Final Fantasy. Okay, but I think 43 hours... Okay, in that case, I would say you're right to say it takes 40 hours to go through MSQ, but only the Realm Reborn. There's no way you can go... Yeah, Realm Reborn, maybe. And again, you're hinting at the implementation problem. I don't think people will want to skip it on the first playthrough if it was actually good. Like, why would you skip on pleasure? Why would you skip on the value you're paying for with your monthly subscription? This doesn't make any sense. So, what I would do, I would make the MSQ good. I would make people play it one time, and then any subsequent characters, or if there are any, because you probably don't need them because you can switch jobs, can skip it. It's pretty much what World of Warcraft does, right? You have to play the expansion with your first character, and then you can approach the NPC and just click, nah, I know it all, skip, and just get it to the end game. Most Korean MMOs players don't give a crap about MSQ. I don't know about you, but I never cared about MSQ and more so cared about gameplay. I do care about lores in the games, if that's what you're asking about. If I think back about my experience playing MSQ in Final Fantasy XIV, there were moments that I liked, but there weren't many of them. But for example, Throne and Liberty had a nice lore-ish. It wasn't bad at all. I think that the reason why I liked lore in Throne and Liberty was that every region of the map had its own mini lore. So we had a story about vampires, we had a story about some kind of dwarves, some kind of plague. Like, I think lore in Throne and Liberty is really nice for MMO. It's simple to understand. It has its own theme. Quick dialogues, all voiced, by the way. And it all happens in a very beautiful setting. So, I do care about lore in MMO. But just only when it's good, right? Like, Final Fantasy XIV was testing my limits. It really was. Panda Burakun! May the cocks be with you. Pee, 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 pee. What's up, dude? How you doing? Yes, yeah, they made all DPS play the same and cut out any class flavor. Some for tanks and hero specs. You're right. This is why I like WoW Classic very much. Is because every class was very distinct, which meant it had strong sides and weak sides. It meant that you had to rely on other players to fill in your weaknesses with their strengths. Not everyone could cleave, not everyone could AoE heal, not everyone could tank, not everyone could stealth, and now it's all fucking... that texture is gone. And I know what you mean when you say that about Final Fantasy. I didn't play much, but it's enough that you do a little bit of research and you read forum threads, Reddit threads about recommendations who to play. And people are like, play whoever you like because it doesn't really matter. I don't like that. It's just weird. Like when I choose a class, I want to have upper hand in certain situations, but be at loss in other situations. So I feel like this is my limit. Whereas now there's not... Like, for example, you play Marauder in Final Fantasy. Dude, you can tank. You can DPS. You can probably even heal, kurva. You get me, bruv? Like, it doesn't... You're not tank. You don't know who you are at the end. You're just Marauder, like, whatever. It's just a label. Yeah. The core audience of Final Fantasy plays just for MSQ and achievements. That is true. That is true. Yes, you're not wrong. Most players play MSQ, quit, buy new X-Pack and play MSQ, then quit again. That sounds like something World of Warcraft players do too. But somehow I don't consider these people to be MMO players. Why? So why someone who's enjoying horizontal systems doesn't qualify as an MMO player? It's not good written for you, but YouTube suggests it's a masterpiece in Tolkien level world building. Really? I wouldn't say it. However, I hear, again, going back to the downfall of Final Fantasy, right? I hear that the latest expansions, they do have really good story. Really good lore. But you have to dig the hole to get there. That is painful. And I don't think many people want to do it at this point. So To give you a contrasting example, RuneScape. I started to play old school RuneScape just lately for the first time ever, and I'm having great fun. I bet I'm having the same as much fun as someone who has 5,000 hours into the game. Yeah, it's literally fun from the very first time you log in. Dialogues are fun, quests are fun, and progress feels good. It's just okay. Like, you don't have to suffer for 100 hours to get to the meat of it. It feels like they don't enjoy horizontal systems. All they enjoy is MSQ and don't care about much else. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to look at it. Because at one point, if the only world they love... Like, imagine this. They love the IP of Final Fantasy XIV. They love the characters, they grew emotionally attached to them, etc. And the only way they can enjoy it is by logging in. It's not their fault the game is online. Like, maybe if it was single player, they would have the same experience, they would have the same behavior, but if what they like is an MMO, well, it is what it is. But I see what you're saying. So someone who logs in just to play the lore and quits the game is not MMO player. Is that what you're saying? The last one, Dawnbreaker, is absolute trash, and that's why they lose players. The story is ARR2, but with even lower stakes. That sounds painful. So there was this video from... what's her name? There you go. Zepla. Yes. So, Zepla made a video after Yoshi P's letter to his fans, and I think it was right before the Dawnbreaker, or maybe after the launch of Dawnbreaker, I don't remember. And she was completely broken down. Like, the game was so bad, apparently. It lacked direction, lacked depth, and she was like genuinely concerned for the future of the game, which would back up what you're saying about the latest expansion of the game. I don't know. Guess what? I didn't get there yet, okay? I didn't get there. It is what it is. Are you thinking of coming back for this? Are you... I presume this appeals to people who are completionists. The people who Penpena-kun mentions in his message about people logging in to play MSQ and achievements. I think this is who this is targeted at, which would also mean that is their primary audience. Because why would you spend resources to create a collaboration for minority of your player base? It doesn't make any sense, like financial sense, especially when they are in distress. They need money. So it only shows that the game is targeted at people who care about lore and achievements. Right? That doesn't make sense. They love Final Fantasy franchise, replaying Final Fantasy VII for the umpteenth time. I never heard this word. It's boring at one point. A new expansion, Final Fantasy XIV, is basically new lore for the Final Fantasy franchise-ish. Alright. Alright. Again, I have very little knowledge of it, because... yeah. I bounced off. So, when I have very little time to play games, I need to prioritize fun. And Final Fantasy XIV just doesn't come close to the #1 place. It is what it is. When I have to choose one game to play, because I have spare 2 hours a day, I'm not gonna choose Final Fantasy and suffer, right? It doesn't make any sense. Chat, let's turn our attention to the final piece of today's review. Dune Awakening. Now, for those who don't know, Dune Awakening is exhibiting at Gamescom this year. They have a stand and it's all good. And they will be giving a live preview of what's coming at 1 p.m. UK time. I think it's 1 p.m. British time. So obviously I won't be live, but I will be around. I will be watching it. And we will be probably talking about it in Discord. So just, stay tuned. Now, they did publish this thing, which is probably something you've already seen. But let's have a look what they say in the letter to the fans, alright? Endgame in Final Fantasy XIV does not matter. The best gear is just 1-2% upgraded version of the base raid gear. That's already better than Guild Wars 2. How about you appreciate what you have? Because it could have been worse. Didn't Mom tell you to appreciate what you have? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, I bet there are people who care about 1-2% gear upgrade. Called, min-maxers, okay? Yeah. But it doesn't... Final Fantasy XIV doesn't strike me as a game where you would min-max. It sounds like suicide, to be honest. Min-max for what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, min-max for what? Yeah. Just for numbers. Like, why people min-max in World of Warcraft? Just to get a bigger number on the screen. For that parse, exactly, yeah. Yeah, you're literally... You want to be the best. Whatever it takes, okay? And, look, it's fine. Like, I don't mind being a high achiever in a game. It's okay. But... I don't think Final Fantasy XIV is for people like that. No one really parses in Final Fantasy XIV. Damage meters are forbidden. We got forbidden fruit? What the hell? Yeah, look. Whether they are forbidden or they would be allowed... I don't think Final Fantasy caters to people who care about 1% upgrade. Just like Guild Wars 2 doesn't care for those people, right? It's just not the game, not the setting, not the design of the game to invite those people to parse. Which is like so fucking obvious. Like, just take a look how advanced horizontal systems are in that game, how many achievements you have, how little mini games there are. No one cares about vertical progression. Yeah. I wonder what World of Warcraft will do about all of that. Because World of Warcraft caters for both, right? There will be... If you go to Twitch to watch World of Warcraft streams, retail streams, you will have new players who care about the pets, the mounts, the exploration, side quest, lore, those... I don't know, casuals play... That maybe casual players, right? And then you have another portion of player base who come from the classic times where things were a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult, and they almost seek out that struggle. And in the modern WoW, the struggle comes from mythic keys and raids. So you... And then you have PvPers on top of it, right? It's a very... difficult position to be in as a game designer, I would imagine. Because no matter what you do, no matter what kind of portion of the game you're going to design and invest in, you will waste resources on the other half of the population. Does it make sense? So, part of the game population won't care for what the other part of the population wants and gets. And they will be disappointed that they've been, like, missed and skipped and ignored. So it's very, very difficult. How do you design a game for people so divided? If you go into Pug Ultimate... Okay, so we're getting into the weeds of Final Fantasy and I have no fucking clue. Okay, let me read. Because I love to learn, and I will ask questions if I don't understand, okay? If you go into a Pug Ultimate Savage raid, there are always people that don't press their buttons and are half AFK, and because DPS meters are officially banned, you can't call them out. and real statistics are not that common anymore. I see. Okay. So because you don't have hard proof that they are AFKing, you can't really tell them they're lacking. I see. Okay. I guess you could still just kick them if you feel like it. The endgame raiding community is a joke. I don't know, like, if you play... Let me see. Let me pull up. Let me see what's happening. If I go to Final Fantasy 14 stream... This is some kind of dungeon. I don't know what's happening, but look how many people play raids. This is another raid. This is another raid. This is a raid. Everyone's look at how many raids we have. Holy shit.
Look, I'm just saying.
Wow, what the fuck is happening on the screen, man? Oh, this is PvP, I think. Is it? I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, this is ranked. Yes, this will be some kind of PvP, actually. Hey, so good! May the cocks be with you, dude. What's up? You get me, bruv. How you doing? Let me see. Come on, fuck off. What a great quality stream. Wait. Can I get, like, big PP situation here? Oh, she's playing on a pad. Okay. Maybe raiding is a joke, I guess, but people enjoy it, and isn't that more important? Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, most of the streams are of raiding, which means A, people want to watch it, B, people want to play it, right? Yeah. Hey, good, and you looking for games to cox? Yeah, dude, we've been through World of Warcraft Midnight, which seems to be happening. We probably gonna... Actually, I might pre-order today. Why the fuck not? Who cares? Like, one way or another, I'm gonna buy it. And then we have Dune Awakening, which is closer to... now. Right? So Dune Awakening is something... Like, dude, we have an active base. We all have the game. We all like the game. So I want to learn what's coming. And today at 1 p.m. UK time, so 2 p.m. for you, Ziotron-kun, we'll have a live stream where they take us through all the details of the roadmap. So before I go, I wanted to catch up with you what they said. What's the roadmap like? Do we have any thoughts and predictions of what's gonna happen? And then we can validate those predictions and assumptions in the stream in the afternoon. Yeah. In a duty complete raid group, if you don't perform as someone who's cleared, getting kicked after causing a wipe a few times is considered a standard procedure. As it should be. Like, if you're a noob, just get out of here. Like, I mean, you have to... So, sure, you learn on the job, okay? That's obvious. But, I mean, if you fail 10 times in a row, then maybe you're not ready. You get me, bruv? Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, I was refueling energy and I collect some sent to silicon. Oh, thank you very much. ありがとうございます。はい。よろしくお願いします。お疲れ様でした。That's how you say it. お疲れ様でした。Which means well done. Okay? Yes. Tibia Midnight. Both games are similar age. You're very right. Yes, absolutely. No, not Tibia Midnight, dude. No one plays Tibia. At least the new one. I also bought full runes. You're cheating. Yeah, you're buying everything. You see? I'm earning everything. That's different. Yeah, you're just skipping the queue, mate. You get me, bruv. Zero achievement. Everyone can swipe a card. You get me, bruv. Yeah, I already installed Battle.net. Let me see. Ah, fuck. I don't... Yeah, okay, I don't have it. Time to get ready for midnight. Yeah. Boys, we gotta... So here's the... I remember when... what was it? When Wrath of the Lich King launched, I remember... For the launch date, me and my boys would bring together PCs into one of our one of our houses, like whoever friends' parents were away or were okay with us just staying overnight. So we brought over a PC to that guy's house, and we would just spin up the shit and sit together and have a LAN party. Like, we would play entire night from the moment the school ended to the very next day when we had to eat something and touch grass. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful, man. Yeah. Nothing, literally, at that point in time, nothing else mattered. It was amazing, man. So Dune Awakening says, hi everybody, it's been a while since we put our last letter and people have been chomping at the bit to hear more about our plans for the future. I apologize if people feel the communication on the issues with the game has been lacking. We are focused on improving this, with a percentage of the team having their well-earned and state-mandated vacations. At least they're honest. Customer service and the community team have not always had access to developers who can answer their every question. That's fair. We've been playing whack-a-mole with bugs, cheats, and exploits during the July month of summer. We've banned thousands of cheaters, fixed a bunch of duplicates, working on the stability of the game. We've been working to achieve a cadence of patches that allows us time to make stable and consistent fixes while being fast enough to address issues like exploits before they get too far out of control. Live game development is a blend of reactivity and long-term planning. Sure, I mean, we all know that, and that's fine. Yeah, fuck them cheaters, exactly, dude. Yes. This week at Gamescom, we are going to be talking about the Chapter 2 free update and the Lost Harvest DLC. Our first major additions to the game, which we'll be releasing in parallel. Some of you will note that while Chapter 2 and the DLC add new content and cosmetics to the game, they are not focused on the endgame. This is because Chapter 2 and the DLC were planned and began development before launch. Okay, fair, that makes sense. It's just sets expectations, right? Take a look at our roadmap below. You can see both the free updates and paid DLCs planned for the near future, and our monthly development cycle as it pertains to player feedback, bugs, and cheats. This monthly cadence is not necessarily always achieved, but it serves to give a window into our approach. Okay, first question, chat. Everyone, how much do you think DLC will cost? What is the price tag we should expect? Come on, let's take bets. What do we have? What's the DLC cost? We're gonna get new vehicle, 120 zloty, okay. Okay. New vehicles, new contract chain with unique locations, new building pieces and decorations, new armor and weapon skins, new swatch and emotes, and more. 1530 euros, okay. So 1530 euros. I will convert all of that in a second. Okay. My bad, bro. Hella PvP gonna kick off tomorrow and dealing with the political situation. Gallywag, what the fuck you said? I'm not bad. I'm great. Thank you. So my great bro. That's what it should have said. Hella PvP gonna kick off tomorrow. And dealing with the political situation. Wait, are you actively playing Dune Awakening, Gallywag-kun? Is that what you're saying? Are you like fucking like on it like carbonate in the bruv? Yeah. Yes. Once human taking my life over 24 hours stream will Gallywag! In that case, what do you think about the new Once Human from NCSoft called Cinder City? Did you see it? What do you think of that shit, in the bruv? Yeah. So we have, my bet is at, I would say 99 pounds. I would say this is my bet. Right? So let's convert this to pounds. How about that? Okay. Okay, holy fuck, that's actually not bad. Alright. So we have 24.35. pounds. And then 50 eur. So not 14, 15. Okay. So it's between 13 and 26 pounds. So we seem to be on the same level kind of thing, right? I think someone said it to me yesterday. If it costs $50, they won't buy it. Okay? And $50 is probably like £1, right? Like, who cares about USD? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So we seem to be in the range of 13 and 37. Which is very interesting, because this is getting very close to the original cost of the game. The base of the game, which was $41.99, I think. That's what I paid. Yeah. Yeah, bruv. Okay, interesting. We'll see how that goes then. Maybe they will reveal it today at the Gamescom, right? They might as well. So let's take a look what we're gonna get. So first of all, we have the cycle, monthly cycle, okay? This is basically reflective of your typical software development cycle. It always works like this, whether you work on a website, a mobile app, or a game. Every team works like this. So don't think like this is some kind of revolutionary approach. You just monitor the thing, you fix the thing, you come up with a new thing, you test the new thing, you launch the new thing, okay? It is what it is. So, what are we gonna get for free? Remember, chat, free is the best price. You want free, okay? Free is great. Yeah, I mean, Polish people probably appreciate it the most. We love free stuff. Free, nothing is free. Free is free. What the fuck? Yes. Now, you know what my dad always says? Son, the only thing you can get for free is punch in the face. Which essentially means nothing is free. Yes. Yeah. Dune is kinda cooked! They need about a year. Hey, that's still not bad, actually. You're being very optimistic. They need about a year. Now, chat. I will remind everyone that they said the changes that are coming are not focused on the end game. Right? Where is it? So there it is, there it is, there it is. See? New content, they're not focused on the end game. So whatever we are seeing now here in the roadmap is not about to improve Deep Desert or anything around that shit, okay? You either pay with data or blood. Desolation, yes. The thing is, when my dad used to say it, when I was still like growing up under his supervision, like as a kid, we didn't have data really. We barely had internet. So the concept of data was very abstract, pretty much non-existent, at least in fucking post-Soviet Poland, okay? So blood was the currency, okay? So sure, nothing is free, you pay for it with blood, was probably the most accurate description of the transaction here. You get me, bruv? We love the game too, Galiwak-kun. We really love the Dune. We had so much fun. Even if the game went offline today, I had 125 hours of fun in the game. Well, maybe let's make it 100, because 25 hours was probably not so much fun because we had to grind something or we just AFK'd. But you know, most of it was fun, and no one's gonna take it away from me. You get me, bro? Yeah. So was good, but for free. Okay, let's take a look. For free, we're gonna get main story continues. I liked the main story. So if you guys paid attention to lore, to main story, to quests, I think it was pretty cool. Especially if you are into books, into movies, you will appreciate what's happening a little bit more. We are, just to remind everyone, we are playing an alternative scenario, right? To what we are seeing in the movies or in the books. It's an alternative universe. Which makes it very interesting. It's kind of like what Wolfenstein... Do you guys know Wolfenstein, the game? this one. I don't know if you guys... Wait. Yeah. I don't know if you guys played it, but this entire concept of this game, right? Wolfenstein The New Order, really good one. Played it ages ago. Is that Nazis won the war. That's the only, like, difference. Okay? There is this nice movie... Oh yeah, For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus. For All Mankind. This movie, the entire concept of this movie rests on the idea that Russians beat Americans in the race to the moon. So, when I see the entire premise of the lore in Dune Awakening being something a little, like, just one thing that's different. Paul Muad'Dib is not there. Fremen's disappeared. Like, what the fuck is happening? But everything else is the same. That is very alluring to me. Very appealing. Like, I love that shit, right? So, the main story, I'm very happy to play it. Especially, I mean, it's for free, right? I mean... Of course, it's for free. So we're gonna get that. Character customizations. I did have fun with swatches and shit, but I'm not saying this is the main reason I would come back to the game, right? Yeah. I don't know what dynamic encounter is. They're probably gonna explain it today during the event. Dynamic encounter could be an event like in Guild Wars 2. Right? Dynamic encounter could be that you are just have those events spawning on the map randomly and having people gather around and help each other to accomplish the task. It could be... It might not even be in Haga Basin, to be honest. It could be something in Deep Desert where the trouble really is with the game. It could be a way to revive Deep Desert a little bit, because frankly there's very little reason to go to Deep Desert apart from the spice. But then they say this patch is not about the end game, so it could be Haga Basin. I'm trying to predict what they're thinking, what they're doing with it. I don't know. Dynamic encounter sounds good. I like when things bring the world to life, essentially, right? Social hub contracts. I don't know what that means. Could be group content. Finally. Could be group content. Because right now, there's literally no reason to group up. Nothing. Like, I can put my foot on the keyboard and play the game and still do it all, okay? My character could be fucking naked and I can still do the job. I can kill anything, everything, do anything I want. No challenge whatsoever. So maybe they will do something about that. I don't know. We have new Deep Desert layouts, which just doesn't matter because Deep Desert is broken. No layout will fix it. And then we have new archetype armors. If that means tier 7, then that is pretty much meaningless. Because it's just yet another tier to chase for no purpose. For no reason. There's virtually no reason to have T6 right now in the game. So there won't be any reason to have T7 either. So I don't know. And then new hairstyles and tattoos, no one gives a fuck. Okay, pretty much. So what we are all about is this. I think we're gonna have to wait for the first quarter of the next year to have any meaningful gameplay in the game again. Yeah. So they added few quests for what? 10-hour gaming? Probably. Yes. No endgame changes? Yep, you're right. Yes, absolutely. So they added quests. They added something called dynamic encounters. I don't know what that is. And they are adding social hub contracts. Now, I think the reason why these are a little darker, like kind of grayed out, is because these are very little impact changes. I think what we should pay attention to are those brighter elements on the list. Main story continues, dynamic encounters, right? These are probably the reason you would want to play Dune Awakening for a few extra hours in September. And yeah, sure. But then, you say, you know what, 10-hour gaming, like it was nothing. Dude, it's 10 hours of fun for free, right? So you can look at it that way too. You can just play 10 hours, complete the quest line, and just leave the game again. And it's fine. And it's fine. But you're absolutely right. The real change, the real difference for existing player base will happen here. right? A revamped endgame and more. But that said, this is free. We also have paid update. You get me, bruv? If endgame is PvP, they need a lot of time. Regardless, they said they would add more PvE and whatnot. It's to outweigh by the PvP. It's too outweighing by the PvP. Okay, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. One second. They need lots of time. I don't think the end game is PvP in this game, to be honest. I don't think PvP is the end game. I think the end game is something else, dude. It's not my fault I can't come up with the reason what's the game about. The game is designed in the way that it doesn't know what it is. The only reason... So the only reason why PvP exists is because you need spies in PvE. And it also kind of plays into a theme that spies runs everything in that world. Like, if you read books, spice is air. It's that important. Spice is fucking used for everything. From fueling, like, super mentat powers, to fueling ships, to food, cooking. Like, spice is everywhere, right? So it kind of makes sense that people want it. And when many people want it, there's conflict. So that's why PvP is there. It kind of plays into the narrative. That makes sense. But I wouldn't say that game is about PvP, because, I mean, the game that is about PvP to me is Valorant, League of Legends. This isn't about PvP. It's just like collateral damage, more of it. They're gonna implement more than one Haga. What, really? When? When did they say it? So what, we would have like extra map just like Haga Basin? I mean, when you open up Dune Awakening and you go into this a world map where you fly with your ornithopter between Haga Basin and Deep Desert, Haga Basin and Arrakis, etc. There is potential in there, right, to add more, because this world map feels empty-ish, right? The only thing you do visit is Harko, Arrakis, and Deep Desert. Yet the whole thing is huge. So they might be adding new maps and worlds in there. Yeah. Paid update has the new vehicle and more building pieces, so kinda paints... Yes, so okay, going back to this paid update, Lost Harvest, new vehicle, new contract chain with unique locations. New contract chain. Okay. So maybe this is where the... Gallywag is saying about the Haga basins coming in, like new ones. Maybe this is what they mean here. Because a contract chain, you know, guys, when you open your journal, you have those cards, and every card is a separate quest chain. At this point, some of the cards, some of those quest chains, they say more to come, kind of thing. So you've been through 5-6 steps, and now you're cock-blocked by lack of content, right? It just says to be continued. So maybe they will unlock the existing quest chains plus add some more. I would expect that, at least. I don't know. New building pieces and decorations. No one cares. And new armor and weapons. Okay. Okay. What kind of vehicle you think they're bringing to the game? Tank. So let's see. Tank is coming. Wait. Are you guessing or you know it? If you go to Iraq and there is a tank already. Oh shit! Now that reminded me, what if we had... What if we have like rocket shields. So you could put some kind of rocket system on the top of your base that shoots down any ornithopters flying by. That'd be so fucking cool. Or ornithopters that get too close or some shit. That'd be actually awesome. So models in place. Okay, if they're bringing in tank, that's fine. Okay, so chat. So we're getting a tank, we're getting a quest, we're getting decorations, we're getting decorations, and we're getting decorations. Okay, just so you know. Yeah, this is what I said before. Offline raiding is possible unless there is AI-based defensive. You're right. Technically, they could allow people to advance to such level of technology that they can essentially turn base conquering into tower defense. So you build a house, but it's equipped with all those defense systems that people, that like no mere mortal can just come to your house and rob it. Right? That'd be actually pretty cool. That'd be pretty impressive. So when you're offline, the base can defend itself, at least to some extent. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, you said that before, yeah. I don't know. I don't think this is enough for people to come in. You will see... let me see. Yes, I don't know why, but ever since I have a VPN in Sweden, I'm being doubted. I'm real. I think what we're gonna see is this. This little bump in here, this what will happen to Dune Awakening with this update. You have this little nipple, and that's it. Right? Not until they figure out what the game is about and what is the end game. Yeah. LOL, so much logic is why I left Dune and said they need to cook because they're not even Dune has understanding what they have made. Exactly. You're fucking spot on. Dune doesn't know what it is. And this is the fundamental issue with any product design. When you are building a product, you need to know what the fuck you're building. Why are you building it? Who are you building it for? Like, there's so many fundamental product design questions you need to answer before you put down the first pixel. And I don't think they did that homework. They kind of assumed that the franchise, the IP of Dune will carry the game. Clearly not. I mean... Look, I'm not saying they did a bad job. Like, look how many people took something out of the game. Look how many hours I spent in the game. This isn't wasted time. I'm not calling it bad quality time. This is fun because I'm not the guy who would suffer through the game. If I didn't like it, I would have quit 10 hours in. Yet I haven't, right? So it's okay. I'm just saying, like, this slope could have been completely different if they started off on the right foot. That's all I'm saying. And hopefully they can recover, because one thing I learned in business, it's very hard to recover once you lose the momentum. I learned it the hard way, and it is what it is. Like, when you have momentum, hold on to it. Don't fucking let go, man. And they kind of let go. Just look at it. Yeah. How many servers Dune Awakening has? Let me see. Okay, so we have 227 worlds online. So there is... Let's take a peek. 28,000 people. It's probably 28,000 people because of Gamescom, but it's fine. I will give them a doubt, right? So there's 123 people on every server at peak. So technically you should be able to see another player in Haga Basin. Technically, because the 123 players will be spread across the world, right? Some will be in Deep Desert, some will be in Arrakis, some in Harko, some will AFK in their base. So there is a chance you will see a live player and have some kind of interaction. But if you log in now, it's a dead game. It's a single player experience, basically. You get me, bro? So, yeah, they need to work on it a little bit. No Man's Sky recovery is not something most companies do. Absolutely right, dude. Such a great example. Such a fucking great example, man. It's just unbelievable what those... Yeah, dude, they cooked. They really cooked. Yeah. Not even close. I have 400 hours myself. It just needs to cook. Not that they have a bad product for survival. It's just they need to add a niche that they have to compete with. Unfortunately, is already a harder genre that's already free at its basis. Gallywag, you're absolutely right. Dude, I can tell you played the game. I can tell you're playing the games. All games, because you have good point of view. Absolutely. Yeah, that makes total sense. They just don't know what they're selling yet. And maybe that's okay. Guys, do you know the... where is it? There's something called product market fit, and most companies never find it. Let me see. If I can find this chart, it's really cool. Yeah. What I'm trying to say while I'm searching for it, you don't have to know from the get-go. No, you have to know, but you might miss the point from the get-go. What you actually built, who is it for? So, in other words, when you're building a new product, you're working on a lot of assumptions. You don't know what you're doing in a way because everything is up in the air. So you're cooking something, but you don't know exactly what you're cooking. In a sense that if market's gonna like it. So when you put the product in front of people, you listen to the feedback, just like Dune Awakening is doing, and they are making changes to shape the product in a different direction. They kind of iterate on it all the time to find something called product market fit. And sometimes finding a product market fit is insane, right? There are many examples in the history of companies making business pivot that's just insane. Like, I think it was Dove with the soap that they started off like some kind of company producing war chemicals or whatever, and then they pivoted to fucking making soaps or some shit like that. But then you have Figma, if you guys into design at all. Figma was searching 3 or 4 years for product market fit. Slack, the same. You guys know Slack, right? Slack started off like some kind of marketing platform or some shit, and now they're the top #1 communication tool, right? So it takes time. As the Gallywag says, we need to let Dune cook. We just need to let Dune cook. Let them search. Let them try. Let them talk to us. Let them listen to feedback and shape it up into something everyone likes, or at least their target audience likes, right? Yeah, you are wrong. The issue is they do not have the capability to do siege transfers. So it's thousands of sieges with 10. No, I think that 227. Yeah, I think that 227 number is the number of sieges, right? So some sources confirm Dune has 20 servers, but 227 worlds online, which would suggest these are the sieges. So instead of having 1,000 sieges, they have 227 exactly. I think so. I don't know, maybe, unless this is bullshit, but it uses some legit sources. I don't know. Yeah. Chat, it's late. It's late. We gotta go. So yeah. So we looked at Gamescom. It was good shit. Please watch Gamescom today. Please watch the Gamescom today at 1 p.m. They're gonna be talking about Dune Awakening. But for now, I will have to say goodbye. So, as always, stick with me on Discord. We're gonna watch together, I guess. Dune Awakening updates, more games coming up. We're gonna play World of Warcraft Midnight. What? I didn't say it. Don't clip it. And then we'll see each other on Saturday. Right? Standard shit. Galiwak, Niryu, everyone else, thank you so much for chatting up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very good. We exchanged many fucking opinions. We clearly discussed the future of the games, which I love. That's why I'm here. And I hope to push out some new YouTube videos later this week about Gamescom and some more on the design side of things about MMOs. So again, may the cocks be with you, people. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。またね、またね。次のストリームで会いましょう。はい、どうぞ。ありがとうございます。Thank you. YouTube, bye.